Yo, what's going on YouTube, and welcome back to another Destiny video, and of course another Friday Xur video. But just before I get started, really quickly, I want to say sorry there haven't been any Destiny videos this week. I have been super busy. I was actually in San Francisco at the beginning of the week recording some Star Wars Battlefront stuff at EA, and normally, as you guys know, if I go away at any events, I typically schedule some videos before I go. But it's been so busy lately with all the different games, things like Fallout, Need for Speed, Black Ops, of course, like Monster Hunter, other Destiny stuff as well. It's just been really busy that I just didn't have a chance, so I do apologise for that, but don't worry, I have not stopped covering Destiny. Destiny's back, and next week there's some really cool stuff coming. Of course, Iron Banner should be returning next week with Clash as a game type, which is really cool. Things like the November update will be dropping, which means we'll also be able to buy things like weapon parts from the gunsmith, and we'll also be able to buy the 3 legendary swords from the Crucible vendor as well. But of course, I'll get into that next week because there's lots of changes coming and lots of cool stuff to talk about, so expect lots of Destiny videos next week. Anyway, with that being said, you tuned in for a Xur video, so let's go. As you can see, Xur is right behind me, so with that being said, let's take a look at what he's got for sale. Of course, if you guys do find this helpful, then a like would be super appreciated, and of course, comment down below, letting me know if you picked up anything this week. So first up, generally speaking, while these aren't necessarily exciting new exotics, these are generally all-around decent exotics. So if you don't have them, I imagine a lot of you guys already do, but if you don't, then do at least consider these. But beginning with the Titans, you have the Crest of Alpha Lupi. The main perk on this one is that supers generate an extra orb, and you revive and can be revived much faster, which means this is great for trials, and given that trials are today, if you don't for some reason have this one, then this is definitely good to have. On top of that, you can also increase the amount of pulse rifle ammunition that you can carry, and you can also get increased recovery for 5 seconds after taking arc splash damage. Do bear in mind, if that perk isn't really applicable to you, then you can of course use glass needles to reroll some of those exotic perks, but for the time being, that is the item as you see it. The stat roll on this one is 110 intellect when maxed, and comparing that to the various min-max values, the lowest you'll ever see this is with 46 intellect, and the highest is 124. So this is actually at the higher end of the spectrum. Relatively decent roll, so again, if you don't have this, I would recommend picking it up. Moving over to the Hunters, Young Ahamkara Spine. The main perk on this one is that you get increased trip mine grenade duration, and you gain an additional trip mine grenade charge. You also get increased reload speed with scout rifles, and you also get increased grenade throw distances. Now do bear in mind, again, this is a pretty good one for trials. If you're playing Gunslinger, then being able to throw down a trip mine and have it sort of wait for a little bit longer is of course pretty useful. So again, if you don't have this, do consider it. The stat roll on this one is 68 discipline when maxed. And comparing that to the min-max values, the lowest you'll ever see this is with 31 discipline, and the highest is 84. So again, at the higher end of the spectrum, while definitely not the highest. And finally, moving over to the Warlocks, you have Obsidian Mind. The main perk on this one is of course that your Nova Bomb reduces the cooldown on your next Nova Bomb. You also gain bonus super energy on grenade kills, and you replenish health when you pick up an Orb of Light. Now the stat roll on this one is 49 intellect and 50 strength when maxed. And again, comparing that to the min-max values, the lowest you'll ever see this is with 35 intellect and 35 strength, and the highest is 95 intellect and 60 strength. So on the intellect side of things, it's around the middle region, and on the strength side, it's relatively high. Then moving over, you have an exotic Gauntlet engram. Now if there are of course any year 2 gauntlets that you have yet to get, that doesn't of course include the new ones that don't seem to be in the game just yet, but of course if there are some of the ones like the Sealed Ahamkara's Grasps, if you want to try and grab them, then of course you can pick up this engram. And of course if you already have them but you want to try and max out your light, then do bear in mind again, if you're over 300 light and you decode this and it's for your relevant class, then the chances are it will drop at 310. So again, if I were to buy this and decode it and it was a Hunter Gauntlet, chances are that would be 310, which would make great infusion material. Lastly, moving over, again, don't be fooled by this. This is a legacy engram, which means this will only yield year 1 items. So if there are some chest pieces you missed from year 1, perhaps you want to get the via collection, do bear in mind, of course, a lot of these will be coming back as year 2 variants, so it will be worth kind of picking up some of these at some time. But again, do bear in mind, given its price, it's probably still not worth it right now. Finally, moving over to curios, you have your Emerald Coil, you have your Stealth Drive, you also have Heavy Ammo Synthesis, more 3 of coins, and of course, Glass Needles if you want to reroll some of those exotic perks. And then you can grab a Motive Light for 2 strange coins. And that, my friends, is it. That is everything you need to know about Xur this week. That's where you can find him, what he's got for sale, and whether or not those items are worth purchasing. If you guys do have any questions, then by all means, of course, let me know down below. And again, make sure you keep it locked next week because we've got lots of exciting stuff coming our way. Thanks again for watching, take it easy, catch you next time, peace out.